Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy. Today is May 1st, 2025. I up-potted some tomatoes, or peppers. I did a little bit of up-potting, dropped a bunch of seeds today, and now we get to visit one worm bin. I thought it had been much longer. I just looked real quick. The last video I posted was 2 weeks ago. Oh, duh. Oh, my brain is not all there. I was about to say, I thought it'd been a lot longer since I've been in this bin. No, I posted the video 2 weeks ago. I'll put it on the screen how long it's been since we've been in mixed worm bin number 3. We got all kinds of baby worms on this bubble mailer. So we know breeding is going on. And we see that there are also adults. So we know it's been a minimum of 2 weeks. No, we don't know that. That's when I posted the video. Anyways, there are adults in here. And today they're going to have a very special treat. And I'm excited to be the one to give it to them. We'll find out where I fed last. This bin is coming along nicely. Lots of baby worms. We do see adults and cocoons. Okay, and this is also, I put a basically whole onion in this bin, and it sprouted, and the worms weren't doing any, they weren't avoiding it, but they weren't doing anything to it because it wasn't rotting. Look at that dude's colors. Oh shoot, I don't know. Hopefully I'm filming in 4K right now. Oh, there's some breeders. Sorry, guys. Let's just kind of tuck you away. Okay. But yeah, so the onion sprouted, and last time that I was in here, I did bury the onion more. It is muckier, muddier material on the bottom, which is pretty typical for my bins. I just saw a cocoon, but I was distracted by a fruit fly. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of us. There's another one. You guys, did you catch my shorts about bin 4 I harvested from a couple times in the last couple of weeks? And I picked out, in my first experiment was I picked 200 cocoons out of the castings. And that was after using a gallon of them. Oh, so here's the onion. There are worms on it. The onion looks like it's, it's finally rotting. There's I think that's a already hatched cocoon. And there are worms over there, not a ton, but so worms don't hate onions. It depends on the form that they're in, how many you put in there. But as we'll see soon in bin 4, they got 2 rotting onions. And last I saw, they weren't deterred from them at all. But yeah, I got 200 was the first after using a gallon of castings, and I kept seeing all the cocoons, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I said, okay, that's it. I've got to do something with these cocoons. So I picked 200 out, and then I'll just drop that back in there. And then as I was using the rest of the cast iron, then I harvested again, and I thought, I can't. It doesn't feel right now to just use these, to just lose all these cocoons. You know, the worms were obviously breeding like crazy, so if I just go and discard all these cocoons, what sense does that make? What kind of farmer am I? So I picked, I stopped at 523 in the last container. So I collected 723 cocoons from about 4 gallons of castings, and there's still probably another 3 gallons left. All right, so that's the feeding zone in this upper corner. So yeah, 1,000 cocoons just in that one bin alone. All right, well, I'm pretty dang happy with some moist down there with this bed and its inhabitants. It's a good population. The material's breaking down well. Makes me wonder how soon I should start thinking about moving the bigger chunks of paper over to one side. Basically, as I like to put it, start thinking about harvesting. I need to start keeping track like AV does of how old this bin is. But I started worm farming in 2020, but I started my channel March 1st of 2024. So I've only just started really. I mean, I've been recording and taking pictures, but all right, that's a big chunk of stuff. I smell garlic, which I like the smell of rotting garlic. This is a plant from outside, pulled out of a pot, most likely. Worms are in it and liking it. I've been feeding my worms a lot more natural materials from outside. And obviously, you know, with the season change, that's something I can do a lot more readily. The rotting garlic. I think I remember like feeding these guys really quickly. Here's an apple. Apples take a long time to break down. All right, well, I think what I'm gonna do, a bunch of wormies there. So I think I'm gonna leave the apple and some of the paper and rotting garlic and that. But I'm gonna take some of this wet shredded paper with me for today's feeding. Some of these other chunks as well. We'll probably top off today's feeding with the older papers. And maybe what we'll do is we'll go right here in front of me. Okay. It's going to be a good, very good feeding, I believe. These tea bags that might well be plastic. I'll pick them out next time. Oh, I forgot about our breeding worms. I'm very forgetful. Okay. Now, again, pulling aside the paper, the older paper. We'll top our feeding off. Actually, I'm going to make this zone a little bit more elongated. So there's a piece of wood down here. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to try and get as much. I don't know why, just because I want to. Yeah, that stuff's kind of mucky down there as we usually expect. So I've been tearing up, not very like carefully, but that's just a bunch of dry paper. And now here's a small watermelon. I think that was a sugar baby, and it's been sitting in the house since fall, and I have a tendency to do experiments, and I'm like, wow, this thing's lasting a really long time. So on the outside, it just started to look, you know, see this off coloring the white, but on the inside, it looks pretty bad. But okay, next we have weeds. A lot of them. Oh yeah. This is, I think this is harried bittercress and some chickweed from from bed 2. I meant to harvest and eat more of it, but it's a weed, but it is edible. Actually, what I wanted to do was put a little bit of dry mix on the watermelon. And you see, this is a lot. Yeah. In fact, what I might do is I might kind of spread it out instead of just all one jumble. Or I might just leave it in one jumble. Do I spread it across the surface? Yeah, I think I will, because composting worms are actually more surface dwellers. So we'll go ahead and put that stuff down there, and then we'll put this portion. Let's go ahead and just separate it out, because I still got my bucket that has tons. So now we'll take our paper, the older paper, and set it over top of those weeds. Do I want to mix it in with the weeds? Maybe a little bit. But then we'll just smooth out the surface. I think I am going to dump a little bit of water, in part because I always like to add some water after putting in the dry mix. Now this is going to be mostly rainwater. Hold on. I thought I could still record, but I needed another hand, and I still wound up dumping way too much water. Oh man. See that? Oh shoot. Oh well. The worms won't hate me for it. There's lots of dry paper. Oh, that's right. There's lots of dry paper down there too. So I was gonna give them more of the weeds, but it's such a big like bundle, all kind of, it didn't want to come out cleanly, and that just inspired me to say, you know what? We are going to give that to the Canadian nightcrawlers, and they are going to love it. All right, so this has been mixed worm bin number 3. And I think they are going to be happy with me putting stuff on top too. They've been fed. Big feeding for them, I'd say. And it's awesome. Thank you so much for your time and your interest. Stay tuned because I have some interesting things I'm going to look at now. Bye for now. Be safe. Be well. Bye for now.